All right, welcome back. Let's end with a question.
Yes.
We want to sort of speculate a little bit. Last week we talked about the things that we're most expecting at the Apple event.
Yeah.
So there's an Apple event next week. By the time you hear this, it's a couple days away. And I think, as we all sort of know by now, the September event is typically the iPhone, and as I put it, iPhone accessories. So
Fair.
Probably a watch, and maybe if there's anything else like earpods, it's something related to the iPhone. But I just don't think there's any way they like upstage the iPhone with like the AR headset or the Mac Pro or something crazy.
Okay, yeah, sorry. AR headset just like sent me
Or
off
whatever
for a
else.
second.
There's
Yeah.
rumors, but like
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna see any of
I
that.
don't think so either.
But let's make some predictions, maybe some non-products, non-hardware that we think may be possible at this Apple event. I'll try to make realistic predictions because I like to go like
I like
optimistic
speculation.
sometimes.
I like pure...
the rampant speculation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, okay, so here's the way I see the non-hardware stuff. Apple, more than ever, services company. They know that the iPhone is saturated. Lots of people have iPhones. They'll keep buying new iPhones. Great. New design, new chip, whatever, it happens. But now that people all have iPhones, they need a way to make money from those people who have bought their iPhones. Mm-hmm. And what better way to make lots of recurring revenue than services? So I have the Apple One subscription. I'm probably paying $30 a month at this point for like all the things like Apple News and Apple Care and all these other Apple services that you buy. I don't think they're going to invent any new services this time, but I think they're going to talk about subscriptions.
Is this the possible event where they try and tell us why them increasing ads on all of your devices is potentially a good thing? Like the targeted information in Google Maps, or sorry, not Google Maps. That would be that would be in Apple Maps. Stuff like that, maybe.
I don't. So they're doing that, yes.
Yeah.
I don't see any way for them to talk about it in any way that's positive. Like,
I hope they do, just because of how I'm looking forward to the creativity, we'll say, in the nicest way possible.
When we knew that there wasn't going to be a charger in the box in the iPhone, I really did sit back and go, let's see how they spin this. Like, I can't wait to see how they talk about this. And the angle was environmental, and I think a lot of people ate it up, and it's fine. Like, people buy the iPhone and don't even think twice about it now. Yeah. But to put ads in services on your phone that you've already paid for, I don't know if I could find an upside. Yeah, I don't know if I could find an upside.
Yeah, it would be kind of tough.
So I imagine they'll probably just do it and not talk about it.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. I mean, the first thing I just want to scream from the top of my lungs, but I know we're not getting it, group fitness challenges. If we're talking about the watch, I like... Please, especially at WWDC, they were talking about so many new, very fitness-specific Apple Watch things, like running and intervals and stuff like that. A lot of really cool things that I thought were awesome, and it felt like it was getting this whole new level of fitness tracking.
More sleep tracking, too.
More sleep tracking. Just let us share it. Just let us share it.
Yeah.
What better way? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense why not to do it. That's what I don't understand. I get Apple not wanting to do group fitness challenges with other watches, but if you're all wearing an Apple Watch, why not just get everyone in a group together?
It would be probably the most easy hit feature in Apple Watch history.
Maybe they're just a lean team, and we just aren't aware of how lean they are.
Think.
Yeah. I do think, though, there will be. The software stuff I'm excited for is probably, in terms of watches, going to be related to the Watch Pro, which also... Side note, did you see that Mark Gurman tweeted LG apparently has the trademark on the term Watch Pro?
I saw that. So what is Samsung's called?
The Galaxy 5 Pro, or the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro.
Okay, Watch 5 Pro. So yes. Apple Watch is the Watch Series 8 this time.
Oh, so the Watch Series 8 Pro?
I bet. Probably. Instead of Watch Pro Series 8.
I also don't know if just Apple Watch Pro would still count in the same trademark as Watch Pro. Right. All of that stuff's confusing to me.
Also, does LG even still own that patent? Do they get to keep the patent even though they don't make a watch? I guess so. Yeah,
I'm sure they do. I'm also sure Apple can figure out how to fix that in their favor. Yeah, so
I think that's fine.
But yeah, the software I'm looking forward to is the stuff that's going to be associated with the Watch 5 Pro or the Series 8 Pro, whatever we're talking about. Because if they're going to make it more rugged, they need to do way more intense, like hiking outdoors, rugged fitness accommodations for that. And I think they'll do it in hopefully cool ways, kind of like what they did with the running on WWDC.
Yeah. Okay, here's a fantasy question. Did you see that Samsung made a Watch 5 Pro Golf Edition?
Yes.
Did you notice that? Mm-hmm. If Apple were to make a special edition Watch 5 Pro, what activity would they dedicate it to?
Do you want a boring answer or a fun answer?
The most likely answer.
Running.
Just a running one?
They just did all this running stuff at...
Because when you think of Watch 5 Pro and GPS, to me, I think of a little more along the lines of like hiking, biking, that type of thing, where you're going long distances and you need GPS. I guess you could run long distances too.
I think it needs to be something competitive.
Competitive.
Running can be competitive.
Biking,
I don't think would be very competitive.
Golf. So okay, because the Samsung one, it made sense. When I golf, I have an app on my watch that's telling me my yardage for every hole. It crushes the battery life, but like I use it. It's fine. It's very accurate. GPS, it's as good as any other GPS app on my phone, which is fine. Golf is usually pretty competitive, but you can sort of casually just get that information.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
So I guess any activity along those lines where it's like you can make it competitive, but it doesn't have to be. I feel like it could be any of those activities.
Yeah, I don't know. I could also see Apple way more going the route of sport-specific limited bands just on top of their things. Because what the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, or no, Galaxy Watch 5 Golf Edition, not the Pro.
It's a Pro.
Is it? I thought it was
so.
cheaper. I thought it was
Right.
$329, so that would be cheaper than the Pro, I think.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's just a regular one, and it basically is just a custom watch faces, and the golf app, like unlimited subscription to it.
Yeah.
So Apple would probably do something. If they were doing the Pro model, I don't know, man. Like I think at that point, if they were going to do something, it would be some sponsored whatever. So they would be like the official watch of the CrossFit Games or something,
or
like
the Tour
that.
de France or something crazy.
Tour de France would be kind of nuts, actually. I'm sure they're all probably using Garmin's, though. I would bet if they're doing that stuff. What do you have? What would be your like wild out of the park?
My wild guess would be surfing. You know how it feels like every Apple Watch like video has a bunch of sports involving water, like swimming.
That's a really good
surfing.
They do. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because they want to tell us over and over again that it's waterproof, or if they genuinely are like, yeah, we just love surfing. I mean, it's a California company.
I think it also is just water looks cool on
videos. Yeah, absolutely. I could see that being I at least will not be shocked if we see a lot of surfing and water sports in the Watch Pro video promo.
Okay.
I think that's pretty clear. We'll see some of that.
Guess what will the activity be happening where they're inevitably going to do a shot that proves that it's more rugged, right? So it's going to have to be like banging into something.
Yeah.
Are we going to assume hiking or like rock climbing?
That's a good question. I remember the shot where they introduced the new glass and it was like in this dust. It was like this red rock dust or whatever, and it like zoomed out, and it was telling us about the durability of the Apple Watch. So this one, I think it's gotta hit something probably. It's gotta probably be mountain biking. I think it's mountain biking.
I'm gonna go rock climbing.
I think they're gonna be biking through a bunch of mud and like hitting like against each other, probably against another bike next to them, like mud everywhere, jerseys and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm going to go with mountain biking.
Cool.
Some sort of biking.
I think that's a good pick, actually.
Yeah. But I do wish for group fitness challenges.
Group fitness challenges is all we're really asking for. This whole segment was just built so that at the end we could say,
it seems so easy.
Come on.
It seems so easy. They've already built every other thing in challenges. Like you close your rings, you can already view a list of your friends' rings. Why not just go select. Oh, wow. Siri's listening to me. Select. Start a group challenge. Right now, everyone who accepts is in. It starts tomorrow. Go. It seems so easy. It seems like an iPad Instagram app is so easy.
But also, how long did it take for Siri to be able to do 2 timers at a time?
That's very fair. How long did it take to get a calculator on the iPad? Sorry, we don't have that yet. A weather app on the iPad. Took a while. We'll see.
Let's end this before we go to iPad.
Before we go down that-
Instagram iPad
down that
app. Yeah. This episode. God.
This episode's sponsored by Boots.
This episode of Waveform is brought to you by. This episode of Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Rovin. We are brought. This episode. This episode of Waveform. This is our clips outro now. This is just me failing.
You got this. I'm cheerleading you.
This episode of Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Rovin. We are partnered with Vox Media Prod. This episode of Waveform is. This episode of Waveform is. You just start falling
Here,
hard.
I got
Have you ever seen where Homer falls off the cliff and then gets brought back up on the helicopter?
Wait, I got it.
Do it. Read us out.
This episode of Waveform is produced by Adam Melita and Ellis Rovin. We are part of the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro-outro music is brought to you by Vane Sill. First try, it's not even that hard.
There was a stumble that you saved. I caught it, but it was
Brought to you
good.
by versus by.
Well, I think you did that. We're happy you got it, and then we're focusing on that and going into the our vein still thing. Yeah. Good job. It's harder.
I got
to
further.
Correct yourself.
I got further.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll use it.
There we go.
There it is. That's also the clips outro.
That
Bye.
is clips outro. Leave a like for me completely ruining and potentially losing my job because of that.
I'll be doing outros from here on out.